Jai, Shinshinko Chaturdashi. Jai Shri Prabhupada. Магиан Тимирам да се гинангна шлакът, шрумгитамен да смайши бровинха. Фичи тани много бистам стъпите мен да бутале си обра пака дам хам дати сападан кам. Ван хам ши гуру ши допада камам ши гуру вашна ча. Ширум се дъщам с хагна рагната витам то садвам. Садвам се влутам прижна с хтам кашна читам девам. Ширада Кришна падан с хагна улица ши вишакам витам ча. Кришна кърна синду дин да бамбу джагатпате. Гопеше гопика канта рата канта на мостите. Тапта Канчана Горанге, Раде Вриндаванешвари, Вриша Панусте Деви, Прнавани Хари Прие. Тапта Канчана Горанги, Кришна Каруна Синду, Динаванду Джагатпате, Гопеше Гопика Канта Рата Канта на мостите. Тапта Канчана Горанги. Така Горанги, Раде Вриндаванешвари, Вриша Панусте Деви, Прнавани Хари Прие. Ванчка Патури Пачай Крипас, Вачабатит Напаване Вишнавето, Намо Намаха. Jai the Gayatri book, Jai his Chandana Swami, Jai his divine grace Bhajan Vrinda Shila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. So the last time I have begun to read the part from chapter 8. How to accept a guru. I will continue now. There are very difficult things, but because it is the age of Kali, a very difficult time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has said, Kalo nasti eva, nasti eva, nasteva, nasteva, gatir amita. Simply chant the Hare Krishna mantra. This will clarify your heart. Then you can understand who is Guru, where to surrender, where to take lesson. In this way, we can make it. But if we accept haphazardly, then there will be failure. So Satyam Daya, to accept a guru, there is also service. And to give service to an inferior person who is suffering, that is also service. That service is called Daya, and the other service is called Seva. If you want to realize, if you want to realize God, then you have to do the other service, Seva, not Daya. You cannot show your mercy to God. God is full. There is no need for your showing mercy. Savomokhe hi jivado. Swayam eva svarati ada. If you want to know what is God, then do the other service, Seva. That service begins from the tongue. Generally, when we think of service, we think of our hand and legs. I can render service with my hands, with my legs. No, the service of understanding God says service begins with the tongue. The science, sorry. The science of understanding God begins with the tongue. The science to understand God says service begins with the tongue. Ata Shri Krishna Namadi Na Bhavet Grahyam Indriyam. You cannot understand by the gross senses what is God, what is Krishna, his name, his activities. Nama Adi means his name, form, qualities, activities, pastimes, entourage, so many things. Adi. Just like we are chanting Hare Krishna, but we cannot understand what is the meaning of Hare Krishna. We cannot understand Nabhavet Graham Indriyam. Indriyam means the senses. There are so many people who are hearing the sound, vibration, but why they are not becoming Krishna conscious? Because there is no seva, there is no service. Hast du die Früchte gestellt? Hast du die Früchte gestellt für Prabhupada? Okay. Because there is no seva, there is no service. Therefore, it is said, Ata Shri Krishna Namadi Nabhavet Grahyam Indriyam. but how it will be perceived by the indriyas, the senses. Savomukhe hi jiva do. By service, and where from the service begins. It begins with jivado, with the tongue. It begins with the tongue. This is the service. This is citation number 8 from chapter 8. Lecture on Bhagavad-Gita, no, Srimad Bhagavatam, lecture on Srimad Bhagavatam, 1/16/25 in Hawaii, January 1st of January 1974. I will continue to read the next time further. Jai the Gayatri book. Jai His Holiness Achinandana Swami. Jai His Divine Grace Bhajana Ravinda Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Jai the Gaudya Darshana. Jai the Gaudya Darshana. Jai Shri Prem Pariyojana Prabhu Maharaj. Jai Srila Narayana Maharaj. Jai His Divine Grace Bhajana Ravinda Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Jai Srila Gaura Govinda Maharaj. So the last time I have reached in my trial to read the book, I have reached the part with the citation from Durgama Sangamani 1 to 292. There was citation, the following verse: Shrute Shravana Dvara Yat Kimchit Anubhute. After hearing implies, after perceiving the sweetness of the associate moods, to some extent by means of the hearing process. Bear in mind that Srila Jiva Goswami has explained that realization of the characteristics of Sri Krishna's associates occurs only after. Bear in mind that Srila Jiva Goswami has explained that realization of the characteristics of Sri Krishna's associates occurs only after the stage of completely realizing Sri Krishna's form and qualities through the spota dharma, self-revelatory nature of Shabda Brahma. See Bhakti Sandarbha 256, cited previously. In other words, a person who has not realized Sri Krishna's form and qualities certainly has no realization of the moods of his associates, and thus is not in any way eligible for Raganuga Bhakti. If, after understanding this tattva, a person insists on cheapening the exalted path of Raganuga Bhakti by interpreting Srila Rupa Goswami's words through Agnya Rudi Vritti, then such a Svakulaka, self-deceiver, commits a severe transgression and thereby deprives himself and others of the priceless gift of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Let us examine another key verse in accordance with Bhagavad-Gita.
Mataji, it's yours?
No, it's not. I don't know who is. Maybe he can take.
Take it.
I don't know.
William?
So this is from Sri Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1 to 100, 1 to 294. Now another verse, Sri Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1 to 294. Krishna Smaranjan Kasya Prishta Nichasamitam Krishna Smaranjanam Prishta Translation. Remembering Sri Krishna along with a dear associate whose service is similar to one's own desired service, and absorbing oneself in hearing topics related to them. One should always reside in Vraja. Again, one may consider, I am remembering Sri Krishna and his dear associate in whose way I aspire to serve. Thus, I am practicing Raganuga Bhakti, sadhana. In Agni Ruti, the word smarana denotes remembering. In the conventional sense, it is used for everyday matters. For example, one might remember one's relatives or remember the description of a historical person. Similarly, one may also remember a dear associate of Sri Krishna in Vraja. However, in Vidvat Rudhi, The word remembering implies darshana. In Bhakti Sandarbha, Anucheda 275, Srila Jiva Goswami defines smarana as manaso manasu manasanu sadhanam. Manasanu sadhanam. Manasanu sadhanam. The close inspection with the mind of Sri Krishna's name, form, qualities, associates, etc. In other words, a person who is sufficiently advanced to experience a spuriti of the beautiful form, qualities, and associates of Sri Krishna reflects in his chitta, and who closely inspects that vision, while his purified mind is actually engaged in the sadhana of Raganuga Bhakti, described in the verse Krishnam Smaram Janam Kasya, remembering Sri Krishna along with his dear associate. This verse, which we heard a minute ago, from Sri Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1 to 294, which I tried to sing. To accept one other meaning would entail rejecting all metaphysical claims regarding the aprakrita nature of Sri Krishna by considering the prakrita material mind capable of conceiving of the aprakrita vastu. There is another citation of a verse with the following translation. This is the verse Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1 to 234, with the following translation. The material senses and mind cannot perceive or conceive of Sri Krishna's name, form, qualities, and pastimes. When one becomes attentive to service by chanting continuously, Sri Krishna's name, form, qualities, and pastimes become self-manifest spurati upon the tongue and other senses. I will try to sing it. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1 to 234. Again, I will read the translation. The material senses and mind cannot perceive or conceive Shri Krishna's name, form, qualities, and pastimes, when one becomes attentive to service by chanting continuously Shri Krishna's name, form, qualities, and pastimes, becomes self-manifest, spurati, upon the tongue and other senses. Another verse there, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila 9, 194. Translation: spiritual substance is never within the jurisdiction of the material conception. This is always the verdict of the Vedas and Puranas. So, this is the following verse. Sorry. I will try to sing it. So, aprakrita vastu nahe prakrita gochara Veda Puranete Vikare Nirantara. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila 9, 194. Aprakrita vastu nahe prakrita gochara Aprakrita vastu nahe prakrita gochara Sri Narada has assured us that the mind cannot visualize anything that has not been directly experienced in this life or in previous lives. Srimad Bhagavatam 4:29-65. It is not possible for anything to appear in the mind which has not been previously experienced. There are many other verses here stated. Further, I will continue the next time my trial to read. Jai Gaudya Darshana. Jai Shri Prem Priyodhana Prabhu Maharaj. Jai Shri Gaur Govinda Maharaj. Jai Shri Narayana Maharaj. Jai His Divine Grace by Charana Vivinda Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. So, the Bulgarian Bhagavad-Gita, I will try to read also. Just a moment. Сега Бхагavad-Gita ще почета малко. Също нека да видим какво искам да каже Кришна днес за Бхагavad-Gita. Джай Бхагavad-Gita. Jai His Divine Grace abides on Ravinda Shila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Jai the person who has translated this book in Bulgarian. Bhagavad-Gita 13.13. This is Bhagavad-Gita 13.13. Bhagavad-Gita 13.13. Jnayam Yamam Pravakshyami Yach Sudam Ashmati Anati Mat Param Brahma Chat Nasat Mam Nasat Uchate. Jnayam Yama Pravakshyami Jnayam Yama Pravakshyami Yajnam Vandridamashmi Yajnam Превод. Сега ще ти обясня познаваемото и когато го разбереш, ти ще вкусиш от вечността, казва Кришна на Арджуна. Брахман, т.е. духът, който няма начало и е подчинен на мен, лежи отвъд причината и следствието на този материален свят. Пояснение. Господ обясни полето на действието, на дейностите. Господ обясни полето на дейностите и познавач на полето. Той обясни също и метода за изучаване познавача на полето на дейностите. Сега той започва да обяснява предмета на познанието. Най-напред душата, а след това свръхдушата. Посредством знанието за познавача, т.е. за душата и свръхдушата, човек може да вкуси от нектара на живота. Както се обяснява във 2 глава, живото същество е вечно. Това се потвърждава и тук. Няма определена дата, на която живото същество да се е родило. Никой не може да проследи историята на проявяването на дживатма, душата на от Върховния Господ. Следователно тя е без начало. Душата е без начало. Ведическата литература потвърждава това. Начаяте, мрияте, ва, випаччит. Катха Упанишат 1.2.18. Познавачът на тялото никога не се ражда, никога не умира и е пълен с знание. Върховният Господ, който е свръхдушата, също е описан в ведическата литература. Чаташватара Упанишад 16. Като Прагана, 4 дня, Патир, Гунеш. Върховен познавач на тялото и господар на трите гуни на материалната природа. В смърт се казва Даса Буто Харер Ева, Нанясва Ева, Кавачна. Живите същества служат вечно на Върховния Господ. Това се потвърждава и от ученията на Господ Чайтаня. Следователно, описанието на Брахма, дадено в този стих, се отнася до индивидуалната душа. И когато думата Брахман се използва за живото същество, това означава, че то е Видяна Брахма, противоположното на Ананда Брахма. Ананда Брахма е върховният Брахман, божествената личност. Това беше Bhagavad-Gita 13.13. Естествено, това е просто на средата на книгата, който се интересува, трябва да прочете естествено Bhagavad-Gita до тук. Не е само една шлока, не е само един текст. Да. Джай Bhagavad-Gita Asitis. Джай, His Divine Grace Abhay Чарна Равинда Шила Бхактивиданта Свами Прабхупада. Джай, той е човек, който е превел Bhagavad-Gita на български. Хората, които са го направили това, преднодавните, които са превели Bhagavad-Gita Asitis на български език. Също Джай, тези личности. Така. Today is the Krishna. Today is the birthday of Nrsimhadev, Nrsimha Chaturdasi, and I have tried already to sing. And now I will just So I have sung already Shri Nrsimha Pranama, and I will sing something else now. I must see what. Just maybe there is time to try to sing another song which is connected with Shri Nrsimhadev, but I will see if I can find such. Just a moment. Maybe. So аз така connected with Nrsimhadev. Аз така. Where is it actually? Well, I will try to sing the. Okay. I know what. Nishinka Kavacha Stotram. I will try to sing it now. Just a moment. Let's see, where is it? Nishinka Kavacha Stotram. Jai Shri Prabhupada, Jai Nrsimhadev.